I'm Paul Wolf, and this is My City TV.
Talking about my city. Jackson, Mississippi.
Welcome, Ahmad Thompson is here. He's one of the founders of the Flamingo. Ahmad, thanks for joining us today.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the Flamingo has been around for just a little bit now and has such a great origin story. I want to talk more about that in a few moments, but first, let us know a little bit more about you. Who is Ahmad Thompson?
I was born and raised in Crystal Springs, Mississippi. That's about 20 miles south of Jackson. My day job is I'm a construction contractor. So, I fix things and sometimes break things, And other than that, I'm the, co-owner, manager of the Flamingo and co-creator and organizer of the JXN Flea, dog dad, love being outside. Can't wait for this pandemic to be over so I can experience Jackson, again.
I tell you, man, we're all kind of in the same boat there and ready for things to get back to some sort of normal, right?
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the Flamingo being a co-founder of the Flamingo. How long ago has it been now that you all put that concept together?
So I think we put that together around 2016, I believe. Had a short run, ended up closing in 2017 to make way for development in Fondren. And
you started out in the strip there next to Campbell's and Barrel House, right?
We did. We were the black building, smushed right in between them. I think a lot of people always say that iconic black building. It's still black. It's not
yeah. It was a great concept, or is a great concept, I should say. Mm-hmm. What was the founding principle of the Flamingo?
Well, when it was brought to me, my partner, Bradley Adair, he had the spot. They weren't going to be using the spot anymore. So rather than giving up the lease, he wanted to put together a few people. So he contacted me, my brother, and our other partner, Ian Hansen. And we just talked about what Jackson needed, what some of the things we wanted to do. And there was a lack of art venues. There was a lack of music venues for independent artists. There was a lack of hangout spots for, recent grads. And one of my main, the target that I had was the Black population. I know specifically in Fondren, there was not a lot of places that were catering to the Black audience. I think that there is a very diverse marketing scheme, but just for whatever reason, there's not a lot of participation in the way that we wanted to see the participation. So, and we also were targeting people from the queer community. We wanted the Flamingo to be a safe space for everybody, no matter your religious background, your gender identity, anything like that. And so that was the main driving force behind the first space.
Yeah, I love it. And the Flamingo is back now. You're one of the tenants at the Ecoshed in the Industry Park neighborhood of Jackson. Are you settling into the new space yet?
I am. We've been waiting to open for quite a while. And there have been a couple of setbacks on the Ecoshed side, a couple of setbacks on our side. So we're really excited about finally getting this thing started.
Folks that might know the Flamingo when it was in Fondren, how does the new iteration compare? Do you have kind of music space and gallery space similar to what you had before?
Yeah, so it'll still be a fluid concept space. It'll evolve. I know one of the things that people would always say is every time I come into the Flamingo, it looks different. And part of the reason of that is because we're a micro gallery, we're a lounge, we're a music room, but we also buy and sell vintage furniture. So anything, when you walk in, everything basically is for sale. If it's not attached to the wall, and sometimes if it is attached to the wall, it's for sale. So it's basically the same. We have a courtyard space that we have access to. So it's largely the same. Interior is a little bit smaller. Exterior is a little bit bigger. So it's a real intimate space.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I've kind of seen some early drawings and concepts, and what you guys have over there is really special. And you're really going to christen that new space this coming Saturday with the JXN Flea. Now, if you've not been to the Flea, the previous versions of the Flea there at the Ecoshed, you're really in for a treat. And Ahmad, let's talk more about that right after the break.
Yes, we're open. Whether dine-in or carry-out, curbside or delivery, the City with Soul's culinary stars are shining and waiting for you. See who's serving at JXN.MS.
Back with Ahmad Thompson. He's one of the co-founders of the Flamingo. He's in that beautiful new space there at the Ecoshed in the Industry Park neighborhood of Jackson. Now, Ahmad, people may not be familiar with Industry Park and the area where the Ecoshed is located. How would you tell people how to get there?
It's really right outside of Fondren, right outside of Midtown. If you know where CrossFit Fondren is, you basically know where the Ecoshed is. Just keep following Mitchell down, and you'll eventually run into the big, I guess, turquoise building with the cool roof.
We'll throw the address in our show notes so people can just plug it into the GPS and they'll get right there. JXN Flea, it's on Saturday. Tell me what we can expect from this market.
So this market is an urban market that was inspired by the Brooklyn Flea. So we want to kind of tap into the ideas that they had, and we want to have vendors that are digital artists, visual artists, people who thrift and resell things, people who sell produce, if you do macrame, things like that. We really want the urban artists to come out and be able to display their wares and kind of get that small business kicking, booming up in Jackson again. And this Saturday, we have a pretty diverse group of vendors that'll really be appropriate for all ages. So I think families should come out, bring the dog, bring the kids, and just come have a good time. We have music. If I'm not mistaken, the space bar will be open. So I think Coffee Pros will be open. Don't quote me on that. So there'll be a lot going on. It'll be busy, and we still want to respect people's personal space and practice social distancing, and we still are wearing our masks, but we want to get out. It's supposed to be a sunny day, so it looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, you mentioned Coffee Pros and Space Bar. There'll be some food and drink. So, yeah, bring the whole family. Come on out and enjoy. The Ecoshed is just now kind of getting into its own and really opening to the public for events. So it'll give folks a chance to check out the Ecoshed and, I don't know, maybe stick their head in the Flamingo as well.
Oh, yeah. So we'll be appearing as a vendor as well, but we won't take up a booth space. So people can come in and search our wares as one of the areas of the flea market. So
yeah, I'm excited for it too, and I know that we've been looking forward to getting out to more events in the community. This will be one of those great events.
It should be, and hopefully we can keep it going. We had a good head of steam rolling before the pandemic, and then of course that put a halt to it, and so hopefully we can just pick up where we left off and give all the people something fun and good to come to.
Now, Ahmad, you said you grew up in Crystal Springs, and so now here you are in Jackson, and you're trying to make Jackson, Mississippi a better place. Why do you think Jackson's so special? Why is it so important to you?
Well, I think Jackson is a city full of talented and intelligent people, and I think really if we can get out of our own way, we'll see a big boom. There's a little bit of development happening here and there. I think the city and the state needs to leverage the ability and experience of Black and brown people more. And I think if we can kind of make all of those synapses click, then this city will expand just like all the other little big cities in the nation. And hopefully we can get there.
So much culture, so much talent, and so much room to grow here in Jackson, Mississippi. Going to put links to the Flamingo and to the JXN Flea, the Ecoshed, all of that in our show notes for this episode. Ahmad Thompson, co-founder of the Flamingo, thanks so much for being here today.
All right, thanks for having me, Paul.
That's the show. Check us out at JXN.MS and join us for another episode of My City TV.